Another beautiful day in Georgetown, Massachusetts. I'm trying to figure all this out. Yeah, it's a 17-day nightmare. This is so bizarre. 17-day trip to cure. Many miscues and bad diagnosis. Didn't treat in a rational order. Cruelty, huge amount of money waste, about 80%, probably more. This is in no particular order. But cruelty came in Haverhill, not in Beverly. Beverly was much better, but they made mistakes too. Hospital issues. Okay. That's generally the order. They all, both two did treat the alcoholism, severe sodium loss, insanity, sciatica, Lyme disease. Now, in Beverly, I mean in Haverhill, I came in a beer in my breath because I had about 3 or 4 beers to kick myself to sleep. Didn't work. I couldn't get to sleep, and I took the Benadryl and more ibuprofen, just tons of it. And I went upstairs and got Jason to give me a ride there, and that was a nightmare in itself. I don't remember what they did. I'm still trying to figure it. They didn't do anything, really. And they didn't even draw blood. They just saw me come in, like late at night, which was early morning on May 2nd. They thought I was drunk, but I wasn't. I had just consumed 3 or 4 beers, so maybe I was technically drunk, but I was 0.1012 or something like that. That's all they did. They just, hopeless alcoholic, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, fine. Severe sodium loss came also in Haverhill when on the second trip, because I returned 1 hour later, they were looking for more. All right, I'm screaming for help at this point. They're trying to figure out again, so they're still going to the root of alcoholism because of my behavior, I suppose. And there's a record of all. I mean, this record, my use of alcohol goes back 20 years, a technical record, in my records. It's a problem. A lot of people have it. Severe sodium loss is why they admitted me, because it was dangerously low. It was 102, 106, 126. I was released at 126. That's fine because 120 is still fine. So they brought it up that way. And that's still in Haverhill. But the doctor told me it was 106, and about a half an hour prior to that it was 102. I recall that in vivid detail. I was just in a lot of pain, but I was still recalling stuff very, very well. They made a mistake, and they won't admit it because there's no recording of the 102, 106. It doesn't exist on the records. They didn't write it down. Now we get to the 5 issues combined of both hospitals. Well, now let's just go to Beverly. When did I go to Beverly? My wife Karen and Jason drove me there, and I was literally acting insane. I was insane. Even they brought me into the OR, and I was talking, and he ran away, and all this other crap. And so they went in this all order, basically. Alcoholism, severe sodium loss, well, they knew that from the other hospital. Insanity, sciatica, Lyme disease. Lyme disease is last because I wasn't told that until less than an hour before I was released. That's when Dr. Zhang came in, told us about some other things. She turned around, closed the door to my room. Now, you knew something was coming, something serious was coming when she did that, so she hits the alcoholism. Fine, but I already know that. She says, you've got to stop or you're going to damage your body. And she said a couple technical things that I already had caused damage, the alcoholism. But my liver is perfect. It's 1919, I forget what, but it's perfect. So what she would do, a couple of times she would always do this, you know, and these healthy professionals, they can tell just by doing this if you might have fatty liver disease. Okay, now, fatty liver disease is deadly eventually. It will kill you because it'll just kill your liver. Or the liver's going to get weak and cancer's going to form and it'll kill you. But today, it's growing. It's grown because of obesity. It used to be, the majority of cases used to be alcoholism. Now, that is obesity. It's changed. All right, so we got now the insanity, sciatica. Dr. Dorr didn't know I originally called for sciatica for some reason, because once I went out, you know, my head away for 3 days. I think the 7th, no, I forget, because I didn't write it down here. But for 3 days, from the first day, they had me literally strapped to, in the operating room, they strapped me to the table, all fours. And then they gave me a shot, and they said, we're going to release the straps one at a time. You be calm. I said, fine, I'm calm. They were good, actually. I know why they did this. They were very careful to. But they gave me a shot, and probably less than 5 minutes later, I was just gone. I didn't come back. That was Wednesday. Early morning Wednesday. I didn't come back until I woke up Saturday morning. I was gone in my mind. But I was communicating with people, and it was rational, at least somewhat rational. Now, this is interesting. This is really interesting. I'm a sleepwalker. My mother told me that when I was a kid. This is what I wanted as the different things came out. Order. Sciatica. You either do something about the sciatica, or tell me some place that will do it for me. Don't bill me. I'm paying you. You're ignoring, you're taking money out of my pocket based on your opinion. I have sciatica. I was diagnosed with sciatica via an MD, an ER MD who I worked with, and he did it very quickly. It's very simple to diagnose. See, the sciatica was always in the left leg, and it's a lower back issue. And I was talking about the L4, L5, and that kind of crap. Yeah, it's really easy to diagnose. If you have pain in your very lower back in one of your legs, it's sciatica. There's really nothing else that can cause that. That's why I was Dr. James Wolfe, called Wolfe at MSH. He came up with that right away. It's really easy to. The next thing is where it's attacking, you know, where the sciatica attacking, and you can do two ways. You can go the X-ray route or the MRI route. The MRI route is a lot more expensive, even though there are some places that do them for little as $255. You can shop around. Yeah. Stupid. So severe sodium loss, that issue is high on me. Why am I doing that? Well, it's dehydration. I'll show you in a minute. Well, the Lyme disease was next because I was told that in the last day, and all I knew about Lyme disease was it was deadly, but treatable. Insanity. Alcoholism. I already know that. How many times are you going to tell me? Paranormal behavior. This is where it gets cool. You know, when you start talking about paranormal behavior, you throw a lot of people off. You just throw them out the window. Professionals just go, you're an idiot. I was exhibiting the definition of paranormal behavior. And I think that's related to my sleepwalking. It likely started as a kid. So I was lying down and I was rationalizing, but I wasn't recording any of it. And when I was a kid, my mother told me I would get up in the middle of the night, walk around, and come downstairs and literally talk to her. And she realized over time that I was sleepwalking because I'm unconscious, but it's not part of my brain is keeping me working properly, but it's not recording. It's weird. So Sleepwalking is sort of a paranormal behavior because it's actually pretty rare. Most people think they might have it, they don't. But there is something to paranormal behavior. I saw it. It's a kind of a thing of temporary insanity because you're just gone. You are gone. And the other thing is that when you get into an extreme situation of trauma and stuff, you overload your brain, and depending on whatever your brain is made, how it was designed, day one, it really depends. There's a lot of things going on. So I don't know really how everything got finally done, but I'm still working on that. Seriously. Now the dehydration was really simple. Ibuprofen dehydrates. Take with plenty of water. Well, how much should you drink with 30 of these? That's going to destroy your liver. It's going to destroy your stomach, and quickly. And I was taking way over the recommended dosage for probably a month. I'm probably maxed out at about 30 a day during the last few days. Well, I think this is the miracle cure for Lyme disease. Well, I can get it for $1.99. I've been on it for over a year. I started taking this based on searches I did in the Google. And there was something about antihistamines that seems to stop Lyme disease. Now, you can't reverse Lyme disease. In other words, once it does damage, you can't fix the damage. The same thing with ALS, although there's newer research that can repair damage in some ways. They're onto that with ALS. And I just saw that at CNN, Sanjay Gupta. But this is also dehydrates. So I was dehydrated. I was peeing like a racehorse. It was like unbelievable. I don't know how many of these. I was taking a lot, and I was taking them for the rash. I didn't know the rash. I had no idea the rash was actually Lyme disease. To me, it was a rash. This got rid of it, but not entirely. I don't know if you can see this. Not my left leg, because the worst of it's here. Now, it's almost back to where it was. Now, so I didn't know this was Lyme disease. I don't actually know it 100% yet. I'm going to say 99%. It's probably. And the antihistamine